Guess what?
Audio's on now. Audio's on now.
You need to go get your 3 votes. You need a gavel.
I need a gavel.
You want to put it okay.
Testing one.
Ready, Gabe?
You ready to do it? Yeah, I know.
Everybody ready over there? All right. Paul's running late. He got stuck in traffic, so we're just going to do the workshop and wait for him for the meeting. Ready, ready, ready?
Yep.
Right, I'd like to call the workshop session for the council meeting for today, December 7th, 2021. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Here.
Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
All right, just for anybody out there, I just want to say this first. Councilman Vandenhoover was stuck in some traffic. He's on his way. He should be here for the regular meeting. We're just going to get the workshop out of the way first. So stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry, Don.
That's right. Well, I just want to say why we're doing it from here. We'll skip over certification, skip over reading the privilege of the floor and the privilege of the floor. Communications from the mayor.
Yes.
I don't have anything.
Not for a workshop? Okay.
I have the budget veto message. If you want me to hold off on that until the actual meeting.
Yeah, you can wait till the actual meeting for that. That's good. Communications from the public and petitions.
Number 1, request from the Dunkirk City School District to have 2 officers at the Dunkirk Senior High School dance on January 29, 2022 from 7:45 p.m. until 11:15 p.m. Also requesting a breathalyzer test on each student in attendance to be provided by the police department.
Any discussions?
Yeah, Dave, that new item we got, that's gonna, you'll be able to test them for that stuff too?
No,
That's a whole different thing? Okay. You're good?
we have several portable breathalyzer machines out.
So you're good with this whole thing?
Okay, need a motion referring to this to the... Oh, okay, Marty with the first.
Second.
2 seconds.
Number 2.
Chidge with the second.
Yeah.
Donation of $276 from Ryan Profit to be used for purchase of trees and/or plants to beautify the Wright Park complex.
Do we need a motion to receive this, Richard? Do we need a motion to receive this, or just received and filed? Number 2?
Received and filed.
Okay, received and filed.
Number 3, notice of claim from Dawn Berlin of 116 South Warsaw Street for dents to her car allegedly caused by a dead tree branch that fell on her car.
Need a motion to send this to the law department.
So moved.
First by Stoyl,
Second. Nancy got
second by Nichols.
Number 4, notice of claim from Ruth Scubis of 317 West 7th Street for damages caused by multiple sewer backups allegedly occurring after moderate to heavy rains in July, August, and October 2021.
Need a motion to refer this to the law department.
Second.
First
by Nichols.
I don't know if you want Randy to explain it now or during the meeting, Don, what that was.
If it's in the meeting, it goes on the record. If you want to have him explain it then. or-
Okay, during the meeting, Randy.
Yeah.
Do you have a second, sir?
Yeah, second is by Stoyl.
Okay, number 5, notice of petition from Daniel Warmus auditing Erie County versus the city of Dunkirk.
This is received and filed.
First of all,
Refer to law department. Need a motion to refer to law department
I make a motion we refer to the law department with full
and Dunkirk Police Department.
100% backing from this council.
Definitely. This.
And Nichols seconds.
All right.
Number
Stoyl.
6, communication from the Thomas Asphalt Paving Corporation requesting permission to install a new sewer main across Arrowhead Drive and tap into existing sanitary manhole number 6.83 for the proposed North Chautauqua Dental Office on Bennett Road in the town of Dunkirk.
Need a motion referring this to DPW and any other related departments.
So moved.
Motion by Nichols,
Second.
second by Bomano. Reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Bomano? Councilman Stoyl?
Nothing here.
Councilwoman Nichols?
Nothing.
And I got nothing for here either. Unfinished business, I believe that's when we'll motion to reconsider for the vetoes. Pre-filed resolutions.
Number 84, resolution authorizing agreement for animal control services.
Any discussion? Number 85?
Resolution awarding bids, 2022 treatment chemicals, water pollution control facility, and water treatment plant.
Any discussion? 86?
86, resolution awarding bid, 2022 sludge and grid hauling, Dunkirk water pollution control facility.
Any discussion? 87?
37, resolution authorizing CDBG administrator as certifying officer for NYS CDBG environmental review process.
Any discussion? 88?
88, resolution for City of Dunkirk opt-in for cannabis-related businesses.
Any discussion? 89?
89, resolution accepting grant for Summer Better Than Others Camp, Chautauqua County.
Any discussion? New business, we have
New
two.
business, I have a walk-in resolution number 90 and 91. Number 90 is awarding bid for controlled demolition, 143 Lincoln Avenue, 143 Townsend Street.
Okay, and then any discussion on that for the workshop? 91 under new business?
91, resolution 91 authorizing purchase of one VCAL for Department of Public Works.
All right, and then probably Randy, at that time, if we're gonna act on that one, we'll probably ask you just to describe the condition of the current truck and what's going on and why we're doing that. Before we go to adjourn this, Richard, is the, when we make a motion, do we need to make separate motions to reconsider, or could we make a motion to reconsider 79-2021 to 82-2021 and then vote on them after, or do they have to each be individual?
I think you can do them as a group, just want to list them all first, and then you can do one vote as a group if you're going to.
And then each individual one, we could vote separately, but
You could vote.
to vote to reconsider,
Yeah.
we could put them all together.
Right.
Okay. And Mary, you had a
On the
You had your hand up?
resolution, I just wanted to note here in the workshop that I've had discussion with our city treasurer, as well as our fiscal affairs officer, as well as our department head, and the city's finance committee chair. I myself have had no discussion regarding the use of ARPA funds in the amount of $425,000 for this equipment purchase. Therefore, I just want to let all of you know that I intend to veto this resolution. And again, based on my discussions with the people that I've mentioned, none of them were included in this discussion or the decision that was made to move forward in using the ARPA funding. I don't know, nor am I, and again, I'll speak on behalf of our city treasurer and fiscal affairs officer, but I'm being told that they don't know that this is in the city's best interest as far as the financing method that's being chosen to purchase this item. In my opinion, I think that walking this in is rushing it. and there's no legitimate purpose in doing that. The city does not benefit in rushing this in. Therefore, I'm going to be vetoing.
I don't know where it says that we have to use, does it say in here that we have to use ARPA funds for it?
It doesn't say anything in there about a payment method at all.
Well, because when we talked about it, in the budget workshops or whenever we talked about it, we had several discussions about getting the vac truck, and at that meeting, we discussed on if we would be using ARPA money or what else was available, and at the end of that meeting, it was determined that we should be going out like as if we're just purchasing it, and that decide later on what you're going to do with the ARPA funds. So if you were going to use the ARPA, that's the understanding that I had at that meeting. It wasn't a finance meeting. I think it was either a budget meeting or maybe it was even in executive session
Is this the
about
used
something.
one?
No, this is a new one.
It's a brand new one?
This is a brand-new one, and I was at that meeting. I don't recall that we ever came to a conclusion that we would make the purchase. I believe that what was said, and I'll ask our fiscal people to please join in the discussion, I believe that where we left that discussion was that we would look into purchasing one because we believe we needed one, but we would look at the 2022 budget year for doing that. Am I correct here or not?
I would say yes, you are, and the proper procedure to follow would be to authorize the purchase. Public Works would go out and find a vehicle, come up with a dollar amount, and we would then seek appropriate financing. You can't just issue a resolution to make a purchase for that dollar amount.
I was working with Randy, and he said he was working with you, and I thought that this was going to be more to the resolution than there is there, so.
Mike?
I don't know, I know nothing about it, period.
We
So this was
initially
all
discussed it
discussed when we had a
during the budget meeting,
DPW
when we were
meeting as
going
Well,
over
let
the
Mike,
budget.
let Mike go first here.
Yeah, remember we initially discussed the need for the VACCON during
Yep.
the budget meeting, and I was under the impression that we were gonna, on your guys' recommendation, that we would look for financing or wait until the first of the year you were more comfortable with?
Using
But-
2021 lost revenue.
Yeah,
Through the ARPA funding.
that was my recollection of it, but, I mean, we need it, there's no question about that. We just need to figure out the best way to purchase it,
But
I
is
would
this
guess.
piece of equipment exactly what you need?
It was spec'd, and we have the specs provided to us.
Okay, so it is what you want.
And from the look of the bid, it was already on state contract.
The question is, we're about to pass, this council is about to pass a resolution to spend $425,000 of city taxpayers' money. So the question is this the piece of equipment that is needed? That's a yes or no question. We're talking about $425,000 of city taxpayer funds. Is that the item that's needed?
I guess the
Now,
only
I
one
asked that
answer to
question
is
this
Randy.
morning, and I was given a different answer. I was told, we're not sure. And if we're not sure, why are we going to resolution on this piece of equipment?
Where did the resolution come from?
The resolution came from Randy. I had talked to Randy about it, because back before we were talking about getting this, and I asked him if he had it ready for this meeting, and he said no, but he could get one ready for today.
I believe, Mayor, if I remember some of our discussions, this thing fits into the same category as Chief Edwards' pumper. We can't go out and buy a $450,000 pumper without planning. Am I right, Chief? Wasn't that when you were around? You're looking for a new pumper, right?
Correct.
So I'm categorizing these two things together. I mean, before we go out and spend, I mean, obviously we need both of these things, but I think there's got to be a lot more discussion on this thing.
And again, there is no doubt that the department has a need for it. I'm being told that the one that we currently are using could be used for at least another year. The goal here would be to make a purchase of a new one. I just don't think that this is being well thought out and well planned out. So, and again, in my discussion with our department head, I was told today that, he was contacted on Friday and asked about putting this resolution in for a walk-in. So, I mean, that's what I've been told. If that's not true, please tell me the truth.
Council, what do we want to do?
Well, we were,
There is no appropriation in the 2022 budget for a principal and interest payment on a vehicle of this magnitude. The money is not there. period.
I just want to say.
So this one, we probably won't end up even bringing out to vote on.
Let me just say, with all this discussion and names and everything, and whoever's viewing this, just explain what this piece of equipment does, so people know what is going to be voted yea or nay. Please, just let people know.
Yeah. Thank you, Councilwoman. I'm glad everybody understands the urgency and the need for this equipment, because the other one is on its last legs. But I was asked on Friday to find one that would meet the procurement policy and as an option. And then that would be by other people, would be presented for financial on how to finance it. That hasn't been done. So it's not my resolution. It is my document that I received. There is a machine. It may not be the machine, but it is. If you needed, if you had money available right now, and all that was worked out, which I'm finding right this minute that it's not, then it would be a wise purchase. With it, I certainly don't want to put any public works equipment ahead of any first responder equipment, so I don't want to give that impression. It is an emergency piece of equipment. We can probably get by with what we have now for as long as we can limp it through. But this, if all of the stuff, any of the questionable stuff had been worked out, then I'd say fine. But there are some legitimate questions, and if it's okay, just take a little time to work out those details, then I'm okay with that. And what this equipment does, we have a notice of claim right now. It was essential for the family on 317 West 7th Street to have this equipment to clean out the sewer that had failed by the city, or their basement possibly could still be underwater. And so this is the type of thing that we need for emergency use. We talked about possibly sharing it with another community, but during a storm, they're out with their similar machine and we're out with ours, and other people are out with theirs too. So it's a type of thing that everybody needs at about the same time. So it's an emergency piece of equipment, just like a fire truck or a police car. But we do have one that is working, and I'm perfectly fine. What Councilman Stoyles said is that maybe we want to look at this a little bit longer.
Yeah, if you find money, you got my vote.
I think the mayor would agree with that.
Mayor?
And again, I just want to reiterate that I also agree, and in my veto message, it'll be stated that I agree that there is a need for this equipment. I don't disagree with that. What I don't agree with, and again, I don't know that this particular item that we are pushing through is exactly what we need. I don't think that we've done enough. You heard it from the director himself. And also, as you've heard from our fiscal people, we don't know that we're doing this the best way possible for our taxpayers. So that still needs to be discussed a little bit further. As far as making the purchase, I agree that it's needed. There are some funding available for this type of a purchase that should be coming to the city. And if and when that funding comes, my recommendation would be that we use those funds instead of the ARPA funds.
So you're looking at funding that could possibly come the early part of next year, 2022, that we could put this on the back burner till then. So that would be one of the first items that we would look at doing with some funding. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Will this be covered under the infrastructure that was passed?
It could be, and we have a meeting coming up the tail end of the week to discuss that further.
Well, since we were all at the table when we discussed the getting the vac truck, and Councilwoman Nichols and I are co-sponsors on this, we did talk to Randy on Friday. I talked to Randy especially because I hadn't had my packet yet, so I called to find out if this was in the packet. When he said no, that's when we talked about trying to get it to get in for today. But he did mention that he was working and talking with Mark about this. So, I mean, I don't know where where it was dropped with not having the funding stuff or whatever for it, but if we don't have anything for it and you guys aren't set, then I guess then we probably don't make the motion, or since it's not a pre-filed, we don't even need to pull it, just don't have it come out to be one of the ones that would be voted on today. But,
I was just gonna say, procedure council, the best thing to do is just, don't bring it up today, and then we can put it on the agenda for the next finance committee meeting, and then we figure out the financing mechanism there. You'll come January, we can always put it into one of the January meetings. Or if there's some other financing that we have to wait some time for, we can kind of time it appropriately depending on the financing source.
all right,
Councilman?
yes.
Neither of these walk-ons are on the agenda, so if you don't vote to bring them on today, then they just don't come on.
Right, I'm sure that we're gonna do the one awarding the bid for taking down the houses, but just the second one, we won't bring that one up for a vote then.
Yeah, Councilman, if I could just thank you for your urgency on this, and I apologize if I led you to believe that I had intense discussions with finance. I didn't. We had those discussions at committee meeting level, so that's what I was referring to.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on that one? Seeing no other new business, motion to adjourn the workshop? Motion by
Councilmember
Nichols.
Williams? I'm sorry.
Motion by Nichols. Second by Bomano.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Bomano. Sorry. All right, and Paul called. I'll see where he's right here.
Regular meeting order at the Common Council on December 7th of 2021 at 5:41 PM. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Here.
Councilmember Nichols?
Here.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Here, please stand for a pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Certification of prior meetings.
This is to certify that the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, November 16, 2021 was presented to the mayor on Wednesday, November 24, 2021. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect, with the exceptions of resolutions number 79, 2021 through number 82, 2021, which Mayor Rosas vetoed on Wednesday, November 17, 2021. In witness where I have hereto set my hand and the seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this 7th day of December, 2021.
Need a motion dispensing the reading of the minutes
So moved.
by Williams,
Second.
by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
I carried. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case that individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have a duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman at large Vandenboer shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or non-germane to any action or taken or contemplated by council. The time limit specified shall be strictly adhered to, except that a speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time has expired.
With that being said, privilege of the floor is open. Anyone wishing to speak tonight? State your name and your address, please.
Yep. Ned Devine, 618 Main Street, Dunkirk, New York, and for disclosure purposes, I chair of the City Democratic Committee. I just wanted to speak to the council again about the budget. My hope is that cooler heads prevail. You reconsider specifically the two, adding the two funds, two separate funds. Reason being is that I don't know that it's thought out well enough and planned well enough, and I really, again, cannot impress enough that, the city treasurer and the fiscal affairs officer should be involved in those kind of discussions to make that work. It doesn't seem like it's a workable issue. There are, at least they are saying that this may result down the road in higher taxes and an increased tipping fee. If you feel that strongly about it, maybe you should state, who it was that you were talking to that is blessing this plan. And I really hope that you do reconsider that. And also, the problem that I just, again, wanted to point out is the $250,000 that were taken away from possibly road paving. And that seems to be, kind of the biggest need in the city many times with all the potholes, just trying to, we've been nursing this infrastructure for years. We have a possibility to really make a move on that. I mean, all cities, all towns, counties, they're all going to be doing the same thing. So again, please, I urge you to please reconsider. Thank you.
Thanks, Ned. Anybody else wishing to speak tonight?
Yes, I'm Natalie Luchkowiak, 46 East Front Street, Dunkirk, New York. Before the November 2nd election, the entire council met multiple times to discuss the mayor's 2022 budget, with everyone agreeing on the planned budget. Following the election, the council met again, this time without Marty Bamanto, the second ward councilman, and without his knowledge. Marty is the city finance committee's chairperson. On the Friday before the last council meeting, radical changes, radical revisions were handed in. As a result, the voices of voters were neither heard or represented. This was deceptive and an insult to Marty's voters as well as all voters in Dunkirk. When drastic changes occur, it is necessary to discuss them. These adjustments may or may not be beneficial, but when dealing with other people's money, the citizens of Dunkirk's, these decisions must be carefully considered. I want everyone to know that I indeed will be truly transparent and look forward to taking the citizens of Dunkirk on this journey with me as First Ward Council next year. Large disparities necessitate discussions and compromise. No communication divides our city. Communication fosters compromise and unity, allowing us all to be happy and proud of a respected council. Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to speak tonight? Anybody else wishing to speak tonight? Anybody else wishing to speak? Privilege of the floor is closed. Moving on to communications of the mayor, including disapproval of messages.
Mr. Chairman, I just have two quick updates and announcements. On Saturday, November 27th, the city hosted our annual Small Business Saturday and City Tree Lighting Ceremony. The event was held at the former JCPenney site at the DNF Plaza. We had over 600 visitors that attended the event and were able to shop over 40 vendors, take a free horse-drawn carriage ride, and listen to some great music by our carolers and the band. After our Small Business Saturday event, we had close to 100 residents join Santa and me at City Hall for our annual tree lighting event. I would like to thank all those that braved the cold weather to join me for this great tradition. And I would also like to say thank you to you and all of our city staff that were involved in putting on these two great events. It was always a treat to come out for these events, and just to see our city staff get together and help out was a good feeling. And also, I just wanted to, again, remind the council that our Lakeshore Drive Complete Streets project is moving forward. We're planning to go out to bid on this in January of 2022, with the bid opening in February. Construction is being scheduled to begin in spring as the weather permits. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Number one, the 2022 budget line item veto message, budget resolutions number 79, 2021 through number 82, 2021.
Okay. Communications of public and petitions. Number one.
Number one, request from the Dunkirk City School District to have two officers at the Dunkirk High School dance on January 29, 2022 from 7:45 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. Also requesting a breathalyzer test on each student in attendance to be provided by the Dunkirk Police Department.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer this to the city attorney and police chief Ortolano. First by Bomano, second by Stoyl.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number two, donation of $276 from Ryan Profit to be used for the purchase of trees and/or plants to beautify the Wright Park complex.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, Randy, will he be working with you and, or the streets department or Jason on the placement of these trees?
We always work with them and revitalize Dunkirk whenever this type of thing happens. I'd like to thank Brian for making this, and I'd like to encourage other citizens to do the same. Councilwoman will work with them and do the right thing. Thank you.
And they will be picking and working with that, the other group that would give us the right plants, the right trees to plant in the area that's gonna be, where they're gonna be planted?
Yes, the master gardeners at Revitalize Dunkirk are experts on that, and we take their advice on a lot of things with that regard. With the tree study that was done with DEC funds, has a list of native species trees that they can pick from. So we have that pretty well studied and pretty well documented, and from here on in, we'll be doing the right thing relative to trees.
Thank you. I'm done.
I will receive and file that also. Number 3.
Number 3, notice of claim from Dawn Berlin of 116 South Warsaw Street for dents to her car allegedly caused by a dead tree branch that fell on her car.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, need a motion for the city attorney and Department of Public Works. First by Stoyl, second by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuvel.
Aye, carried.
Number 4, notice of claim from Ruth Scubis of 317 West 7th Street for damages caused by multiple sewer backups allegedly occurring after moderate heavy rains in July, August, and October 2021.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, me again, Paul. Randy, could you expound on the situation that revolved around that and all those 3 issues?
Sure. First of all, I'd like to thank the Scubas family for being patient with that incident. We've done a study of that. I'd like to thank Mike Papilia and the Streets Division for cameraing that. I'd like to thank the different contractors that came in with big equipment to get down deep in a safe way. The preliminary analysis is that the pipe was perhaps not installed correctly in the 1960s, and it had some latent defects. It took this many decades to finally catch some debris and back up the sewer. We've cleared that, we fixed it. There still could be some work to be done. We'll camera that and make a plan. But I'd like to thank Councilman Nichols and everyone who was involved in helping them understand the process. And we will help them as well to get this closed.
All right. I need a motion to refer the city attorney to Department of Public Works by Nichols, second by Stoyl.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl. Aye. Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuvel.
Aye, carried.
Number 5, notice a petition from Daniel Warmas auditing Erie County versus City of Dunkirk.
Excuse me. Any discussion, council? Seeing none, need a motion to refer this to city attorney, Department of Public Works, I'm sorry, in the police department. Chief Ortolano. First by Stoyl, second by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuvel.
Aye, carried.
Number 6, communication from the Thomas Asphalt Paving Corporation requesting permission to install a new sewer main across Arrowhead Drive and tap into existing sanitary manhole number 6.83 from the proposed North Chautauqua Dental Office on Bennett Road in the town of Dunford.
Any discussion, council? Randy, is this, I wasn't there for the workshop, did you guys discuss this, everything all good to go?
Yes, it's good to go, and you could either refer it, or you could, in our opinion, you could approve it, subject to the requirements of the Treasurer's Office and the Public Works Department.
Okay, so that's a new development. Vince, you're into that also?
What do you say?
Vince, you're into the new development over there?
Sorry.
You know about the new development going on over there?
I'm aware of it, but I don't
Okay.
know any intimate details.
Okay, so just you two guys get together and just let me know about that?
Sure.
All right, appreciate it. Any discussion on that? Need a motion to refer the city attorney, Department of Public Works Director. First by Nichols, second by Bamanto.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuvel.
Aye, carried. Moving on to reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Williams.
Randy, I got a communication today from a first warder that was up at the streets property up there, and they were wondering if we could build a shed or have a shed built, a booth for the person that you have out there, and so that they don't have to sit in their car. Maybe build a booth with some electric to it for the
Sure.
for the person that checks people as they come in to go to the brush piles or the recycling.
I think that'd be a good temporary thing. We, at the Public Works Committee and the mayor have asked that Public Works do a master plan of the entire streets area and really clean that up and expand it, maybe acquire some land to the west so we can build a new salt shed and operate things a little bit more favorably to the neighbors in that area. I like your idea. The person that's watching the brush pile during the week is a part-timer, and she's doing a great job. And everybody that fills in from our regular workers between those times is doing a great job. It's a service that it costs us a little bit to provide to the city residents, but I think it's essential. But I appreciate your constituents' appreciation for what she does and for the elements that she faces, and we'll do something of that nature to protect her for the winter time.
Yeah, the big concern was fumes.
Yeah.
So
okay,
if we could do something there, that'd be great.
Sure.
The light poles, lights on East Cedar Street, are those going back in soon?
Yep, we contracted a bunch of stuff, or working on contracting with Beck to do some musical street lights downtown Dunkirk for some that are missing, and they're gonna do it all in one fell swoop, basically.
Do you know when?
We're hoping to have it wrapped up by the end of the year, along with additional street lighting, and weather permitting, I don't see that being an issue.
Okay. And that's all I have for that, but then I do want to announce that Councilman Vandenhoover and I will be on Viewpoints on Friday at 8:45.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. Councilman Bomano. Thank you, Councilman Stoyle.
Oh,
It's your show.
You weren't ready. It's been 2 years, I never heard him say that.
It's not election time.
Chief, I want to congratulate you on the job well done, and know that you have full support of this council going into any situation coming forward.
I appreciate that.
Vince, welcome to the, whatever this is, welcome to it.
No.
Is there any way, I mean, I've got in front of me one of the best reports from one of our department, it's Mike Edwards, chief. Is there any way we could get a monthly report from your guys?
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, that would be, for the council.
What would you like to see in it?
What they're doing.
Okay.
I can show you a copy of Mike's, and he's got it down to a pie. He can show me where everything's going on. I mean, there's a lot of problems in the city. And I think the mayor's looking at, what, a third one? Building inspector? What are they doing? I mean, we know where they're not busy, but what they're doing. Maybe to calm us down and calm the people that are calling us down. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Their activities. Would that be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, sir. That's all I got.
All right, thank you, Councilman Stoll. Councilwoman Nichols.
Yes, Randy. Can you just roughly give us an estimate of how many streets were paved this year? Sure. Just to squelch any rumors that our streets are in dire straits, as it was just directed to us.
I get right there.
Show it so somebody can see it.
Got a visual aid for you, Councilwoman, and you and the mayor were a big part of making this happen. We, if I can remember my writing down in the lower, we did 11,000 tons of type 6 with polymer blacktop that we put in the city this year. We put in, that equates to about 250,000 square yards of new paving. The type 6 polymer is a blacktop that we feel is longer lasting than a 1-inch surface treatment of a more expensive top material. It's got a little coarser grain. It's used oftentimes at airports for the top course, so it's very durable. The polymer is a new addition to blacktop that gives it some tensile strength, holds it together, also makes it more water resistant. So we're very proud of the projects that we've done paving wise. We did 7,000 feet of new water line that are in blue here. The paving projects are in orange. We're finished with the asphalt paving. There's still some concrete work that we will do throughout the winter, weather permitting. We have some drainage work to do on the Eagle Street south of 2nd Street, and that will be a concrete apron that we'll build there. We've already talked to the people about that. And then we're doing other things as well. So I think the kind of map kind of speaks for itself. It's kind of my language, so I hope you'll appreciate
Thank you.
that I'm talking my language. Thank you.
And we hope to do as many next year as well.
Good idea. Thanks.
We've had I know you've asked council meeting members to make a list of streets that they need you to look at so that they can be put on the list for the 2022.
Thank you.
Just so our city residents know, hopefully the paper will put this in print, that this council has worked with the police chief, the fire chief, and with the DPW director on what they would consider their needs, priorities, what to do with the relief money, that 11.3 or thereof. And I would just like Chief Ortolano to let everyone know what will be done for his department with that money, please.
Councilwoman, the money that we requested, or that when I was asked to put together a list of what I thought we could use some of that funding for, I looked at infrastructure needs, I looked at fleet management needs, I looked at public safety needs for the community in general. And we're going to do some work on those with upgrading our fleet. We're going to put some public safety cameras up, upgrade our police radio system for infrastructure. We have several areas around the city and into the outskirts of the town that are what we call dead areas, where our portable radios and sometimes our car radios don't pick up. We've got a plan in place to address that for our officer safety issues. The funds that we're using, included in it on my list was a generator for City Hall in the Stearns Building. Mike Provich and I have been working on that. And basically, I want to thank the mayor for this too, because I know he put a lot of work into this. It's 2021, folks. This is a government building. When the power goes out, the power should come back on in these buildings, and it doesn't. And it hasn't worked properly for a long time. If we had any type of a major incident, part of our police department is powered, part of it isn't. None of DPW office now, which is in the building next door, has no emergency backup power. If we were to have, God forbid, a hurricane or something of that come through and we needed to stage a command center in DPW, we couldn't, because there would be no backup power in that facility. So I think these are all very important projects for public safety, for upgrades, for infrastructure, fleet management needs. The ability to fund these through the ARPA is at this point, will take the burden off of future budgets and future tax issues for raising taxes to cover all of these issues. I think it's a great expenditure to update and upgrade. And when you look at the overall expense, it's a very, very small percentage of the ARPA funds that are available. We're going to do a very large amount of work with it.
Thank you. And everyone needs to know that the current generator is 50 years old. Well, will be next year. It was put in 72.
Yeah.
Thank you. Chief Edwards, do you want to?
Sure. Back in the summer, the mayor requested that probably all of us prepare a capital request just in anticipation of the ARPA funds coming in, which obviously we did in the fire department. And then shortly thereafter, Councilman at Large, Vandenhoover, asked for that same report. So the same with us. We submitted a list of priorities that we had in the fire department, and it's basically our capital budget needs. So after submitting that, what is budgeted, what has come through in the budget for us is number one, we need to upgrade the heating system at fire headquarters. There is funding in there for a set of turnout gear for each firefighter, which is actually contractual, and it's also a compliance issue. and then we're going to purchase a new command vehicle for the fire department to upgrade our vehicles. We have our second vehicle is a older vehicle that we bought used several years ago, and we're going to upgrade that. So those are the three things out of the list that we had submitted for our capital needs. I know there's been a little discussion, and I know it came out here tonight, and I don't like to think that this is a competition between departments, because I know any discussion I've had with the mayor and the council, I know there's needs. You know, there is needs in other departments, and I understand that. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to submit a capital budget for our needs. I know there are big ticket items, including the pumper. I've discussed with everybody about the need for us to replace our rescue boat. That is a dire need right now. And I know that there are other thoughts and ideas about the funding for that. So those things were on that list. These are the things that were funded so far. So.
Well, I know the fireboat is a very important step that we really need to look at for the future for that, for many reasons. Being on the lake is one of them. But I just want people to know that this council, working with you guys, we're not spending the money frivolously. We are looking at the real important needs of the city of Dunkirk and what's to make us work. Now I'm going to turn it to Randy and let Randy say what DPW is getting with some of that money.
First, I'd like to thank the mayor and council for already approving some of these ideas. The generator that the Chief Ortolano talked about has already been approved, and we have our electrical engineer already looking at that. It's been something we've been thinking about for a number of years. We hope to have a natural gas powered emergency generator that would power both main City Hall and City Hall Annex, the Stearns building. It will come on automatically. Mike has done a lot of work with the engineer to get that ready to go out to bid. There is a delay with supply lines and trying to get that, so the sooner we can get that engineered and get that ordered, the better. Because as the chief said, you know, we're in a precarious ground here. We want to get that as quick as possible. We've done some improvements to the police department with the acquisition of the Stearns building. So now we want the entire City Hall to come up with emergency generators. So they're using all of City Hall where they had a space before. 50 years ago, when that generator that's there now, it probably powered what the police department used at that time, but no way does it power what they need now, and no way does it power the extra spaces that we would need during an emergency, like the chief said. So thank you for that. We've also moved ahead with ordering 3/4 ton pickup trucks, because our pickup trucks are getting almost to the Fred Flintstone type where you can put your foot through the floor, and we want to avoid that. So those are going to arrive in February 20. They're going to be 2022 models. Because of the chip problem, we thought we were going to have to buy used pickup trucks. We got one dealer that was able to get us new ones. We're going to get those. The mayor approved this a while ago, and so those are going to be received in February of next year. The council also got a packer under this money, and appreciate that. And we're saving a lot of money by having that. There's other things on the list too that have gone through committee, and we're working out the details on those. So like Chief Edwards said, we don't want it to make it a competition, but we want everybody to know what the possibilities are. Certainly this is going to put us in a better position with this extra stimulus money than we would have been without it, but it may not solve all of our problems. So we're going to have to take a hard look at that. So I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you. Alan, I know with our resolution today we have 2 houses that will be taken down. I want to thank you for working so hard with the land banks to do that. Can you give an update on the dry cleaners and the shoe repair? on Main Street?
Yeah, those properties are in control of the land bank, so they have done some preliminary investigation on those properties, so I'm hoping at some point next year that those can be demolished. But the land bank is in control of those properties.
So we have to go through their red tape?
Correct.
Okay. Mike, Pavician, the lighting underneath the viaduct on Main Street, could you check to see who's responsible for, they're not working at all?
Okay, yeah,
All
no
right.
problem, yep.
And with the season of giving, I'm almost done, Judge. With the season of giving, I was just wondering that if maybe City Hall, the employees in that could do a food can drive or something for the people in our community. I know Kurt Stuhlers is doing the Toys for Tots, and if we could all band together and bring something in, or a monetary donation, it's just something that we as a group could do. I don't know how anything goes, and I said, and I know the perfect person that could be in charge of that would be Erica Munson.
I can do that.
If that was something to think about, if they wanted to bring in, have a box and put in a can of goods or whatever.
She says thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. She'll do a great job doing it. That's all, Paul.
You know what they say about volunteering. So, yeah, you know, just listen to some of the comments tonight. You know, we have a couple meetings and, you know, we'll be moving on our way, but, you know, I see a couple of the new council people out here and the present council. That's a great idea, Nancy, that I think with that stimulus money that everybody receives and, you know, in the equipment, there should be checks and balances. There should be an itemized list. I think it's a great idea that you guys should, you know, Dave, you're sitting out here, you'll be sitting in the seat, is to tell the residents where this money's being spent and what equipment's being spent. Keep them aware and keep them abreast of how this money is being dispersed. You know, I think that's a great idea, and, you know, like I said, just make sure that, you know, you work with your department heads and get the needs for that's gonna best suit, you know, the city residents and the taxpayers. I think it's a great idea, Nancy, so with that, that's all I have.
Paul, I just want to add one more comment to that. We just had a comment on the budget and the decisions that were made and what we're working with. But I want to say that we've had many budget workshops that were open to the public. I saw no one that was in this audience come to those budget workshops, so I don't even want to hear anything when they don't know what they're talking about. Thank you.
All right, going to unfinished business. Any unfinished business? Councilman Williams?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to reconsider resolutions number 79-2021 through number 82-2021.
I'll second it.
By Williams, second by Nichols.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Okay, so we'll be voting on every separate one to override the mayor's veto, starting with 79 resolution.
Councilman?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, any discussion? Sure, Marty, go ahead.
Marcia, Mark, and/or both. What's your opinion on what we're about to vote on, 79, 80, 81, and 82?
Separate.
Well, like we said the last time, you know, we feel strongly about the changes that are being proposed. And I think, you know, the mayor's veto message, you know, really spelled it out. And I was hoping that the council would have a chance to read those and reconsider.
So nothing's changed from the last meeting?
Pardon me?
Nothing's changed from the last meeting? I can speed things up. In your guys' opinion?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Marty. So a motion to, okay, so we're going to vote on, to override the mayor's veto on Resolution 79, proposed budget amendments. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
No.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Yeah, before I vote, I want to let you guys over there know, even Joe Biden calls a Republican once in a while. And I missed the last meeting. And that was this, I wanted to talk about a few items. But after reading an article in the paper calling us a renegade council, a 20-pound weight went on this side. So I'm going to vote yes on this.
Okay.
Yes.
Just call her name.
Councilmember Nichols?
Yes.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Number 80, to override the mayor's veto. It'd be the 2022 proposed creation of garbage refuge fund 4. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Nope.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye. Yes.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Number 81, to override the mayor's veto, 2022 proposed reduction of the tipping fee. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Nope.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Yes.
Councilmember Nichols?
Before I vote, I would also like to say something. When this structure was built, from 15 years ago, nothing has been done except 3 railings, a couple light bulbs, about 65 screws, nails, whatever they want to put in the decking, and it being power washed. This structure was not designed to be a moneymaker or for the city to recoup money after it was paid off. It has not been maintained in 15 years. And my vote is yes.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. '82, to override the mayor's veto on the proposed creation of the Boardwalk Fund 5. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
No.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Any more unfinished business? Seeing none, go to pre-filed resolution.
Number 84, resolution authorizing agreement for animal control services.
Any discussion, council? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 85, resolution awarding bids 2022 treatment chemicals, water pollution control facility, and water treatment plant.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 86, resolution awarding bid 2022 sludge and grid hauling, Dunkirk water pollution control facility.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 87, resolution authorizing CDBG administrator as certifying officer for New York State CDBG environmental review process.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 88, resolution for City of Dunkirk opt-in for cannabis-related business.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
No.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried.
Number 89, resolution accepting grant for Summer Better Than Others Camp, Chautauqua County.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Richard, what do you have walking on tonight?
I have 4 walk-ons. The first is number 90 for animal bid acceptance.
Okay. Did everyone have a chance to look at these, council? You guys okay?
Edwin, did you get the change in the numbers?
Yes.
Okay. Can we just block these all together too to vote on them today? And then vote on them individually?
Yeah.
So
Are you just blocking them to bring them in?
to bring them into the meeting, yeah. So I'd like to make a motion that we act on these today for resolution number 90-21 through 93-2020. It says 2022 on here, but it wasn't pre-filed, so we'll just say it's 2021, right? 93.
Yeah.
The old 94 says 94-2022, but it's actually 93-2021.
By Williams. Need a second?
Stoyl.
By Stoyl.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer?
Aye, carried. Do you want us to vote on these, Richard? Separately?
Individually, right?
Okay. All right, so we'll start off with 90, 20, 21.
Councilman?
Resolution
Yeah, I'm
90.
sorry, yep, Marty.
Again, Mark, Marcia, well, I got all three here, 91, 92, 93, your opinion on 91, 92, and 93, please.
What are you looking for, Councilman? I'm sorry.
Your opinion on these next three walk-ins. Tell the people what's going on with these, if this is a walk-in.
These are the, well, basically, since they did override the veto, this is actually setting up the two new additional funds, the garbage and refuse, as well as a boardwalk market. So this is redistributing the budget according to the changes the council's made.
Okay.
And approving the tax rate for 2022.
Which you guys ain't too happy with this, correct?
The tax rate actually didn't change.
That didn't change.
Oh, right, but
And what was the third one?
Yeah, they don't agree, Marty. They haven't agreed in the last 2 years, so what's your question? Are we moving on with this?
let's move on, Councilman.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so yes, read number 90.
Number 90, walk-on resolution, December 7, 2021, awarding bid for controlled demolition, 143 Lincoln Avenue and 143 Townsend Street.
Any discussion, council? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number
91.
91, adoption of fiscal year 2022 budget.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
No.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number 92, adoption of fiscal year 2022 appropriations.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
No.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Resolution number 93, 2021, authorizing warrant for fiscal year 2022 budget approval.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. New business?
Just
Seeing
one
no-
quick one, Mike.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
The lights down at the pier on the west side
Yes, sir.
and two on the east side. Oh, I don't know if that's a planned thing to save money or what I mean, the whole thing is up.
Yeah, they're very energy efficient. Yep, we had some damage. Hubble, the manufacturer from the light, yes, the lighting company has extended the warranty for 5 years, and they're aware of it, and we will have new lights.
Thank you.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
there was a shortage on parts for replacement at one point, we were told.
And it still is. Yes.
Okay.
Short answer, yes.
Any more new
There's
business?
a shortage of a lot of electrical items.
Seeing none, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
By Williams,
Nichols.
second by Nichols. Clerk call the
Councilmember
roll.
Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto. Aye. Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Well, I guess we'll be talking. We'll figure how we're gonna structure it, and that's what, to be honest with you, I wondered, like,